Okie dokie, let's get warm. And then we will see what we are going to do tonight. So just start off, let's just roll these shoulders, just nice and gentle. And the other way. Good, then big circles with the arms. If you want to keep your circles smaller, that's fine. Do what's comfortable. And then let's go forwards. Good, keep going. Good. And then let's try and go alternate. So one going one way and the other going the other. So if you're struggling, start at the top and then one goes forward and one goes backwards. That's it. And if you want to keep them lower, you can do. So you can keep them here. Start with two hands, that's it. And then bring one towards me and one towards the TV. And then that one going that way, that's it. And then meet at the bottom, but moving both at the same time. It's tricky, isn't it? And let's swap. Can we go the other direction? I forgot now which way I went. Sometimes when you think about it, that's what makes it harder. Well done, guys. I just thought I'd challenge you a little bit as we warmed up. Wake you up a little bit. Right, let's do just some torso twists, nice and gentle. Good, and then double bounce to one side and then the other. Good, shake everything out. And let's just do some quick side stretches. So, oh, 1 minute, I'm gonna have to angle this onto. I always struggle with my laptop. Hopefully that stays and doesn't drop. If I disappear with a bang, you know what's happened. So over to the side. Good. And then the other side. We're just gonna do it a little bit quicker. Good. Then we're gonna go side, front, and down to our toe. Yeah. And we're gonna do that on both sides. Okay, so side, flat back to the front, down to the toe. Let's do the other side. Side, front, down to the toe. Good. Okay, one more on each side. Good, well done. Okay, while we're here, let's circle our hips. So hands on our hips and just make circles, nice and slow. And the other way. Good, well done, guys. Good, let's lift those knees up and open to the side. Keep lifting, that's it, and open, and let's come back the other way. Open to the side, bring it to the front. Good, let's shake those legs out. Jenny's flossing already. Okay, let's do leg kicks to the front. If you want to do same hands foot, that's fine. If you want to do opposite hand, kick to wherever you're comfortable. If it doesn't quite reach the hand, it doesn't matter. We're just waking our body up. Doesn't need to be too high. Good. Good. Now let's go to the side. So arms out and then up to the side. If you want to hold on while you're doing this to a wall or something like here and swing to the side, that's totally fine. If you need that support as you lift. Good. And then finally, let's just kick it back into a landing position. Remember, try and turn the foot out, point the toe, even though it's quick. Let's try and hit those positions. Good, well done. Okay, let's move through all of those three positions. So front, side, back, side, front. So we're moving all the way through them. That's it. Try and keep your body nice and still. Good. Keep going. Okay, let us do 2 to the front, 2 to the side, 2 to the back. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You want to make it harder, like Juliana, she put her hands above her head. Feel free to add that. So we're going to go 1, 2 to the side for 2, to the back for 2. Well done, guys. Good, well done. Have you done both legs? Yeah. Yeah, fab. Relax, shake your legs out, get a drink. We're going to do some squats and lunges to build on what we did last week, because I don't want to just do them for 1 week and then not do them again. So I think it's worth us doing them. And then, okay. Let us do some squats. We're going to do the basic squats. We're going to work in 10s. So we're going to have our feet hip to shoulder width apart. Knees are going over toes. Hips are going backwards like we're sitting down on a chair. Try and keep your chest up, back straight. So a few things to remember as we're doing them. So we're just going to do 10 in your own time, down. And when we get to the top, I want you to squeeze the glutes. It'll push your hips slightly forwards and then back down again. Squeeze, squeeze. Okay, so 10 of those. I'm just going to have a look just to check. Good. And when you've done 10, give your legs a good shake. Well done, guys. Okay, so now we're going to do 10 more. And this time we're going to step them to the side. So we're going to go from our central position here. We're going to step out, squat, bring your feet back together. The other side, out, squat, bring your feet back together. Okay. So it'll be 5 on each side, but 10 all together. Good. Together and good. Well done, guys. Fabulous. When you're done, have a drink, shake your legs, and we'll start for the next 10. So let's do 50 squats all together. So we've just done 20. So only 30 to go. Well done. Good, Ruth. Okay, next one. We did this last week. I think I'm going to have to move this. So remember when we put one toe up, so one toe onto the floor and the other foot flat, and we squat with the toe remaining in the floor and the heel off the ground. So we're going to do 10 with our right foot in that position, and we're going to do 10 with our left foot in that position. Okay? So let's see how we go. Remember, hips back, knees over toes, everything balanced, chest up, well done. Back as straight as we can be. Arm position on these are optional. I just prefer to have mine in front of me. Some people prefer to have them on the hands on the temples, hips, whatever's comfortable. Good, keep going. Yeah. Well done, guys. So 10 on each leg. Good, well done. If you need a break between, that's fine. Okay, shake your legs, have a drink. We've got one more set of 10 of these to do, and then we've done 50 again. So we did 50 last week. We're going to do 50 again this week, and we're slowly going to build them up. So we're going to do a jump squat, but instead of just taking it up, this one we're going to take along. So instead of just doing 10 jumps on the spot, which we're going to cover later probably when we do the jumps, and we go through the rotation. Jenny, that is a huge yawn. Swallowed the computer up. Okay, so we're going to jump these forwards. So we're going to push through our toes as we would do for a jump. And then we are going to step it back. So I'll show you what I mean first, if you can see my here. So I'm down. I'm going to jump. I'll land in the squat position, and then I'm going to step it back. Jump, land in the squat, step it back. Okay. So when I land my squat, my weight is in my heels and I roll to my toes. When we squat, our weight is further back anyway. So that is just because we're moving it forwards. Keep your legs probably hip to shoulder distance apart. So you've got a solid base for landing. Good, Katie, well done. And then hold that position for a couple of seconds and then walk it back. Okay? Come on, Jenny, these aren't too tricky. I wouldn't give them to you if I thought they were too tricky. I'll just charge my computer. So we're doing 10 of these. So these are a little bit more of a challenge because we've got the weight moving across and then we've got to stop it. Knee bend, as we know, and ankle bend in skating is the most important thing. Fantastic. If you've done your 10, get yourself a drink. We are going to do some lunges as well because we covered those last week too. So we're going to do some lunges and then we're going to get into the elements. But I think we should keep doing these, build up the strength slowly. Build up the strength slowly, and then we can add more difficulty into the movements as well, which is always good. So the squat movement along is quite nice, and then you can couple it with some rotation. So you're taking your direction here and then changing it into vertical lift. So that is what we're going to aim for in a week or two. Okay, so let's do some lunges. Like we did last week, you can step either forwards or backwards, whatever's comfortable for you. You can walk them, alternate legs, if that's what's best. You can do the same leg on the spot. You can do alternate legs. You do what's comfortable for you. Just the key thing for this is the form. You know, the knee coming down behind the ankle of the front foot, trying to hit 90-degree angles with the knees, chest up, back straight. Arm position optional again. Some people like it arms here on the hips. I tend to put mine on the hips, I think. So just normal. Let me try and angle this again. It like moves around the room with me. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to lunge together, lunge together, lunge together, and I'll do alternate feet rather than the same feet. Okay, so I want this time 10 on each leg, so 20 all together. Entirely up to you how you split them, 10 on each leg or 20 alternate. Let's go. So our goal with this is to get that nice square shape. Let's see if I can do it here on camera for you. So as we lunge here, we hit that angle here and the angle here. You feel like your thighs are working, your core is engaged because you're holding your back nice and straight. So it's not just about your legs, it's building the strength around the core too. And when you've done your 20, have a drink. And then we might do some more. Well done, guys. Right, relax, relax. So we're going to add the twist. We did this one last week, I think, where we did a lunge and then we twisted to the front knee. Oh, Jenny, them yawns are getting more and more frequent. Okay, so we're going to lunge. Again, up to you whether you do one leg or change between the two. I'm going to have my hands here for now. I'm going to lunge, twist, back to the front, together. And then the next one, lunge, twist, front, together. Don't rush because you won't really feel the benefit of it. So if you take your time, you'll be working those muscles just a little bit more. It doesn't have to be held. It just needs to be slow and steady. If you're not comfortable adding the twist, you can just do normal lunges. And if you want, just do 5 on each leg. So then that's 30 lunges in total that we've done so far. And then after that, we're just going to do one more. Okay, so the last set that we're going to do for today is going to involve a hop. So entirely up to you how you do this. It might be a little bit easier for you to step back into the lunge and then allow the leg to come through. So we're going to mimic what would be your waltz jump axel takeoff and with the leg coming through. So we are going to have more dynamic movement on the end of it. So it takes a little bit more control. Again, if you don't want to do that, you can just lift the knee up without the hop. Normally I would do that first before this one, but I think we've done plenty of squats, plenty of lunges. So we're just going to do this one to finish today. So we are going to take the leg back and then hop up. If you want to do alternate legs, that is fine. If you want to do the same leg, that is also fine. But remember, it's going to fatigue. It's going to get tired. So we're down in the lunge and then we're going to drive up, bring that leg up and drive through. Try not to kick the floor like I've just done on the way through. So we're going to do 5 on each leg for this week. And then I think we're going to start to try and build these up as we go along. So we're looking for, that's it, Ruth, good, explosive power. Just like on the takeoff of a jump, we want height. Don't forget to use your arms. Fantastic, well done. Okay, relax. We've done quite a bit of work there in that first half an hour on the legs, so on the lower half of the body. Do you want to jump now while we're jumping? Or do you want to do some spins first? Well, I'll tell you what, we will do quickly 10 minutes of rotation because the past few weeks we have concentrated mainly on the jumps, haven't we? But I am conscious that I have just done a lot of lower leg work with you. So we're going to do 10 minutes of rotation, and then we're going to concentrate on some spin positions. If you've got your spinner, fantastic. If you haven't, like me and Katie, we're just going to do the positions, Katie, and work on balance. Okay, so, and it'll also help your spirals too. So let's jump. Let's start with quarter turns round the circle, and we'll do both ways with these because they're only quarter turns. So 1, 2, 3, 4 round the circle, and then we will 3 and 4. Good. Nice and light on your toes. Limit the contact time between the jumps. That's what we're aiming for, is quick out the floor. So when we touch it, remember, floor is lava and you want to get off it as soon as possible. And so maximum height in the quickest time possible, which is a tricky ask. Good. And while we're doing that, we've got to try and remain on a similar spot than what we're on. So it's not an easy ask. Good. I think everybody's super at those. Let's move it to half revolutions now. So half turns, both ways again. So in the interest of balance, we're working both ways. Good, Ruth. Super, easy peasy. We've all done that, haven't we? Let's do single turns now. If you are comfortable turning both ways for singles, then you're more than welcome to try that. If you want to just stick to your own rotating direction, that is totally fine as well. So we're doing single turns. I want you to take off on 2 feet. I want you to land on 2 feet. Just for now, because I'm going to start linking some turns together. So I want you to land on the 2 feet rather than the landing position on the 1 foot. Okay. And when you land, remember to bend knees and ankles. I just got an eye twitch, excuse me. And remember to keep your chest up, don't collapse. Super, well done. So let's try and put 2 of those together. So single. So try and, I mean, this is tricky for me. I never know where I am anymore in the air. But we're going to try and jump 1 and jump 2. Floor is lava, quick as possible. Arms quite open because it's only single. Land on the 2 feet. I'm trying not to hit any lights. So we're going to go 1, 2. Okay. Well done. Now, last week we tried to do like maximal rotation and add more turns. So let's try that again because we started planting the seeds last week. So let's keep building on it. So we're going to try and get, we're either aiming, if you're working on doubles on the ice, do your double rotation. If you're not working on doubles and you're working on axle, we're going to aim for like turn and a half doubles. We're going to try and start to turn it past a single or get a properly fully rotated single on the floor, because it's tricky on the floor because you haven't got that speed momentum behind you. So good, Louis. Well done. So in your safe surroundings, take your time. Good, Ruth. We're going to try our best to see how we can go. I'm going to watch because I think that's going to be more beneficial than me trying to do it. Remember, when we jump as well, if we're doing more than a single, we need to be in the rotation position. So we're wrapped in tight. Now, arm position in this is optional. So do what your coach tells you. For me, myself, I have my arms crossed and they are slightly to the right as I rotate. I know some people prefer to have their arms here. So do what you want rotation-wise, but remember the legs need to be close together. So as you're going from your wide position, you want to snap in to that rotating position here, okay? And when you jump, you don't want to let your legs start to pull over this way because it'll give you a lean. Good. Have a drink if you need one. Have a 2-minute breather because we have done a lot on the legs now. So think, if you're on the ice and you're in the middle of a competition, and say you do a jump and it's, I mean, often you can take off for jumps and they're not perfect, but you've got to make them work, because if you fall over, you get points deducted or you don't get the element called. So if you're coming down and you feel a bit, you've got to still fight for that jump. And that's what we need to do when we do the off ice. It was Louis being the example there. He did a fantastic rotation and then his upper body went a little bit there. But if he fought for that, that would build those muscles that we need. So then you can come down and, you know, if you have a bit of a dodgy jump, which we all have, I've had plenty, you're still going to be able to get the points for it, because points means prizes. Prizes are always good, especially if they've got chocolate involved. Anyway, which doesn't really happen very often at skating competitions. Do me 2 more, because everybody's done fantastic attempts there. And then we will move on to spins. Okay, relax, everyone. Get yourself a drink, have a minute, breathe. And we're going to go through some basic position spins. Now, we're going to start with just plain upright. So we're going to do upright spin. For those that find that relatively simple, let's try and get more rotation. So we're holding that position for longer. We haven't got a spinner, don't worry, you're like me. We're just going to work on the positioning, trying to get that free leg up a little bit higher, you know, like when you're on the ice in your lesson. Okay, so when you've had your drink, just get your spinner, get yourself warmed up on it a little bit. Sometimes I know it can take a bit of time. You can hold on if you need to. We are just going to have our leg to the front. We're going to bring it into the upright position. Leg to the front, upright position. Leg to the front, upright position. So if that's relatively easy, if it's easy, take your hands above your head, because that adds a little bit more difficulty. But still try and maintain that nice position of the foot coming to the knee. That's it. Good. Okay. If you want to, let's try the cross toe / scratch position. So we bring it in and pull it down here. So what we're aiming for here is an increase of speed as we squeeze tighter. So you're going to stand on one leg again, like we've just done. Let's see if I can balance that there. And we're going to have the leg at the back off. So your right leg is off. And you're going to circle it to the front and then pull it into the upright position. So don't take it through. I want you to make like a half moon shape with your leg. So it's going back and around and in. Okay. So your foot is going round, that's it. Now keep your balance though. When you get to your upright position, I want you to stay in that position and pull your arms in. And then you stay standing for 3 seconds. So if you want to challenge yourself, put your arms above your head. If that's too easy, let's aim for a longer spin. Maintaining that balance a little bit longer. Right, we are going to try sit spin. Now, I know not everybody has room for a sit spin. If you have room for a sit spin, let's try it. If you're holding on here, your right leg is behind you like we've just been doing. Yeah, so it's behind me here. I want you to bring it round half a moon, but the knees are gonna come together and then you're gonna bend down a little bit, okay? Let's do it here. So start with my leg behind. It's going to come round to the front, knees together, and then bend down into like half a sit spin position. And then come back up, just stand back up. Good. So remember, when we go into the sit spin, we need to be a little bit lower, like we are on the ice. How you get into it is your own preference. I know a lot of my skaters do about 3 or 4 pushes in a low position to get the speed, but that's what they're comfortable with. If you can't get fully down into the sit spin, that's fine. Let's try and hold it at a height that's in the position. Even if it's not fully down, it doesn't matter. Try not to, as you're going into it, have your back here and rounded. Try and keep it flat still. So even if it's not all the way down, you've still got that strength here. rather than being rounded with your shoulders, because I think that's making you top heavy as you try and spin. And that's why you're struggling, because your hips are slightly too high. Now we can do variations on sit spins, but I think we're going to leave them for another week. Which, although saying that, some of my skaters find the variations in position a lot easier than the basic sit on the spinner. So it is, again, personal preference. I might do some variations on sit spin next week, if that's okay. If you've got room, let's try Camel. If you haven't got the room, let's do the static Camel / spiral position. So the choice is yours. You can try the Camel. Good. If you're doing the Camel, remember to keep both legs as we hit the position nice and straight. If you're struggling with it, again, you can hold on. We can just hit the Camel position however you do your arms. Some people have them out here. When I spin, I have one down to my knee, one out at the back. I say when I spin. That doesn't happen very often anymore. Good. And for this, you want to be down in your knee. Your body wants to be in the position that you're going to be when you do your Camel. And then the leg spirals up into place as per on the ice. And try and get that leg high as we can so it improves. So lower that body a little bit. So you want your tummy button towards the floor. That's it. And then we'll have to do Jen's favourite after this and do her illusion, because I don't think she'd forgive me if we didn't. Good. If you're finding that Camel is spinning, let's link it with the sit spin. So let's go from the Camel into the sit spin. So we're going from that open position, and then the leg is, the hip is opening a little bit, the leg is coming round. And then that's what creates the pull to create speed for the sit spin. Good, well done. Yes, Ruth. So moving from one position to the other on a spinner is super tricky. It challenges your balance no end. This is really good, guys. And if you don't want to try it on the spinner, you can do it again with a static position. So you can hold your Camel position here, and then you can pull into the sit spin position. Building. That's it, Katie. That's loads higher. Well done. Okay, give it another couple of goes. Juliana's trying hers on her back foot, I think. So if you want to try the back Camel or the back sit, do you know what? You've all done absolutely fantastic tonight. We've done so much. Good. Okay, let's try an upright variation. So instead of like the I and the Y, which we might do if we get chance. Excuse me, I just needed a drink, my throat's going. Let's just do a position where we hold and we just try and get used to spinning as well. So there's a few that you can do. You could just have your leg, see if I can balance that there. So you could have your leg in an attitude position at the back here, like what would be a layback position with the leg. You could have it straight, you could have it slightly to the side. And then your arm positions, you could have, so you could have your hands up, you could have them out to the side here. You could have both of them out to the side if you wanted to incorporate like a lean, if you were spinning, that would challenge you even more. You could have one arm in and one arm up as you were spinning. You could have your head looking to a hand or looking down. So you could have it looking up to a hand that's extended in the air, or you could have it, if you had your hands here, you could have it looking down and just hold like a really nice spinning position. You do it on the front or the back foot. Nice. And have a play. When you do things like this, sometimes you find something that looks really, really pretty and really good on the ice. It's nice just to have a play with positions. I'm sure she can do this a lot better than I can. This is not a comfortable position for me, but again, this is personal preference. So where you can grab the knee and the foot and hold it out in front, you'll probably be more turned out than I am. My hips don't turn out that way. And with that one as well, if you eventually, when you get into the position, you can release a hand over your head. So you're holding it with one arm. Okay, relax, have a drink. We're going to have a quick 5-minute cool down. We've done a lot of spins there, and I really like that. It was really, really good. And then next week, like I said, when we do spins, we'll focus maybe on the sit spin or focus on some variations. And then we can, try new positions that maybe you could take onto the ice at some point. Okay, let's have a quick stretch. So, and we'll do this nice and comfortably. It's quite nice. I've got my candles lit. I can chill out now. So let's sit in the butterfly leg position, the one that I really, really can't do. So put your soles of your feet together. You can either hold your ankles or hold your toes, whatever's comfortable. If, like me, you really struggle with this position, use your elbows to push your hips slightly open. Okay, so just nice big breath. Try and use those elbows to into your knees and just to push them down if you can. And just sit there. Good. I want to try and keep, now for me, because my hips don't open very well, it means my back is round, but ideally you want to be tall with your chest. So if you feel like you're slouching a little bit, just push your chest slightly forwards and pull them shoulder blades together if you can, and just hold it nice and tall. So if you can see on mine, this knee opens a lot further than this one. So my right hip is really stiff. Definitely need to work on it. Well done, guys. Good, take one leg forwards. Keep one leg in. And this is the time as well you can work to just gently push that knee down if you can. Some of you, probably all of you, are already there compared to me. And then I want you to take a big breath in and take your hands up, and then blow that breath out and lean forwards, trying to get your nose the knee of the straight leg. Hold it in the position that you feel stretched. Don't go too far. It shouldn't be painful. You should just feel that tension. Keep breathing nice deep breaths when you're in that position. Good, let's change. So swap legs. So you might have a leg like mine, which is it's easier on one side to sit in that position. As you can see, that one is a lot lower than my right one. So big breath in, take your hands up, back straight, breathe out as you're going down. Hold it there. Well done, guys. Just hold it there a little bit longer. Good. Then take both legs out front straight. Shake them a little bit because they've been bent. And then we are going to take a big breath in, take your hands above your head, and then breathe out as you go down towards the knee, just to where you're comfortable. Stretch those fingers away. Good. And just hold it there. Really, really good. Okay, slowly come up if you can. Let's go to a standing position. Nice and slowly though, because we have just been sat down. So take time, and then we're going to fold over. So we're going to go here and big breath in, take your hands above your head. I know you can't see my face. And then we're going to breathe out and slowly lower to the floor, wherever you are comfortable. And just hold it there in that position. It's like a forward fold. So just relax and let your head flop, so that'll help you fold a little bit more. That's it, good. Just hold it there for a few seconds. And then slowly roll up through the spine, one vertebra at a time. So up with your head being the last thing to lift. So it's like you're unrolling slowly through. Well done, guys.